Hello, everybody. I hope you're okay. I'm here in the hallway. Excuse the terrible lighting, but we just got the Powerwall 3 installed. That's what this is. This is Powerwall 3. Nice glowy logo. Back here is the expansion pack. But you know what we didn't get installed? We didn't get no solar. And you're probably thinking, no solar, Powerwall 3? Why would you do that? And that is a question I'm going to answer in this video. But I'm also asking, what are your other questions? What do you want to know about these Powerwalls that I can maybe answer in a future Q&A video? Because I think that will be useful. So let me tell you a bit about what we physically got. So this is the Powerwall 3. It's basically the main component of the system. That's where the AC, which comes down here, comes into here. It has the inverter in it. This allows you to convert the battery to be used in your house and charge it back up, etc., etc. Then back there that you can kind of see is the actual more battery capacity. So this has got 13.5 kilowatt hours of battery in it, which is okay. We use on average about 50 or 60 kilowatt hours a day. So the combined total of these, which is 27, it's 13.5 here, 13.5 over there, is never going to be enough to total our house. But we were never going for total, we were just going for enough to do what I'll get to. And I'll get to why there's no solar. So as well as having these out here, inside we have this gateway. This is what actually handles a lot of the load balancing and the load management. So essentially we've had this wired such that the grid coming into our house now goes through this gateway before our fuse box. Our fuse box needs an upgrade, but that's beside the point. And then in this is where the battery is connected to. That means that everything goes through the gateway. That allows it to do whole house backup. That's essentially where you lose your grid connection and the entire house can run off these batteries for however long that will be. For us, we get about 12 hours, slightly less, slightly more, give or take, off both of these batteries with our 50 kilowatt hours of usage throughout the whole day. So why didn't we get any solar? Well, there's two ways of thinking about how you're going to use your battery storage. One, if you're a house that doesn't use a lot of power, then you might be able to put on your roof enough solar. That's enough solar to cover your daily usage plus have extra, e.g., put it in batteries so that you can use it at night. And that way you don't have to pull from the grid. But that was never going to be the case for us. We were never going to be able to put enough solar on our roof. We can't put like 50 kilowatt hours worth of solar on our roof. It's not that big. So what we did is we chose to save the cost there by not getting solar and using these as a time-based storage connection. So what that means is during the night, between about midnight and 6 a.m. roughly, they charge up. They charge the internal batteries fully up from the grid. And that's charged at a cheaper rate. I think at the moment that's about 7p or so. They charge you up at 7p overnight. And then during the day, slowly throughout the day, they discharge as the usage is used throughout the house. And that means we've used a lot of energy that we paid 7p for, when during the day it's 35 plus p per kilowatt hour. And these can hold 27 kilowatt hours. So that roughly works out to about a saving of about £5 to £6 a day. So we went with them like that because we thought that was the best option for what we wanted. If we could put enough solar on our roof that we had no grid charge, then maybe we would have done that. But the price difference between getting these installed and getting solar installed with these, because remember, regardless of that, we're going to need these. In here, where the inverter lives that actually discharges the battery, there is a solar connection. That is here. I might show you a photo of the inside of this. And in there, you can connect your solar. So if we wanted to expand in the future to add solar, that's relatively easy to do. We just need to plug in some solar into here. So this gives us the main core system. It gives us the certificate we need from the DNO, which is something called a G99 here in the UK. That's what you need to have battery storage and inverters that are tied to your power connection so that they know in the event that there's a power cut or that people are working on the line, there's potential that there could be back feeding of electricity onto the grid. That's something we got from our installation partner that installed these. Two, we got the batteries. We physically got the battery storage, and that's something we need. Three, we got the inverter. I can't quite remember how much inversion it can do, how many kilowatt hours it can do. I want to say it's kind of near like 10 or 11 kilowatt hours. That might be the max output of this at any one time, which might be what the inverter can do. But that essentially means we have all of the expensive parts. The only more expensive part is actually getting the solar installed, which possibly might be something that I look at doing in the future. And if you are interested in that, let me know down below and I might do a video about it. Might even get a few panels just to try it out, test it out, wire it up to this, put them up, whatever. The way Tesla have sold these, you can't install them yourself. They're not providing these to end users like me to install. You've got to go through an installation partner. So we've kind of gone with this setup right now as kind of a bare minimum of what we need. We're always going to need more power. We know that this is not enough, but it's a start. And given the fact that energy costs are going up right now, I think we picked the perfect time for this. So you probably want to know the costs. I've told you why we're not getting solar. What were the cost difference? So to get these two things installed, which is the battery, the expansion pack, and the Powerwall gateway in there, the things you need for this to work as a whole home backup system, it cost about 12,000 to 13,000 pounds. That was what we were quoted from a couple of installers to get that with solar, and I want to say it was only something like 10 to 15 kilowatt hours of solar, was about 21, 22,000 pounds. Our house doesn't quite lend itself very well to that. Not that it doesn't lend itself well on the roof for the solar, just actually getting on the roof is difficult. Like this hallway is covered, and this is the main wall of the house. So trying to get up here to then get on the roof is going to be really difficult. You're not getting no scaffolding up there very well. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm not going to show you that because this is our house. So we think that the installation cost of that would have gone up when they came for the site survey. So we thought that's already quite steep. We don't want to pay that much. We might as well make a small investment now to get what is going to be quite a big saving. If we could save £5 to £7 a day on electric, that's quite a lot of money over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years. The lifetime of these batteries, they'll be well worth it because I'm expecting 40 plus years or so out of these before they degrade. They'll be fine. Like, realistically, they'll be fine. Energy prices will come down and we'll probably eventually put solar on them. So that was kind of why we did what we did. And I think this is kind of where I'll leave it for now. If you are interested in this, the setup, the more choices, whatever, leave your comments below because I'm definitely going to do maybe in a couple of weeks once we've got a bit more data, some more analytics, looking at some of the graphs that we've got that you've seen throughout this video of how it will work, what we spend, what we saved, and answering your questions. Because I'm sure if you're in the UK, you're going to have questions about why should I get these? Why shouldn't I get these? What are they like? Do they work well? Do they make noise? They make a little bit of noise. So leave them below and let me know. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.